KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back to KX News at 5, and we're looking live around the states here this afternoon. Temperature-wise in the mid-70s here from Minot through the Bismarck area, approaching 80 though out towards Williston. And as we'll see, we are in the 90s in the portions of northeastern Montana. Seeing a little bit of a haze towards Minot. That may become a thing as we get into tomorrow, unfortunately. And temperatures elsewhere were a little bit chillier back towards the eastern tier, seeing those mid to upper 60s, some 70s though for our central location, where clear skies are prevailing at this point in time. But notice though, out towards the west, close to 80 in Williston and Watford, out towards the west, even a 91 for Wolf Point, pretty toasty, kind of a sign of things to come as we get into our Tuesday. The caveat though for tomorrow is as the wind shift more out of the northwest, as the ridge builds out towards the west, we may begin to get some of that smoke once again down towards the surface. Shouldn't be anything near as bad as 2 weekends ago, but just be aware of this by even as early as 8, 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Some light to moderate smoke may build back towards the surface, beginning out towards the west into our central location. It should be out of here though as we get to about this time or so tomorrow. Should be all clear by Wednesday. Just be aware as we go into and through our Tuesday. And as far as tomorrow's highs are concerned, should be a bit warmer than today. Most of us should get into those 80s as we can see here. But again, the caveat is if we get some of that smoke out towards the west early, it might not be quite as warm as we're showing right here, but at any rate, most of us should at least come close to those 80s for tomorrow's daytime highs. Beyond that, though, as we get into tomorrow, at least we begin to see the formation of a tiny ridge out across the west. Some of these oranges and these yellows and these reds kind of building out towards the west. This will help make tomorrow the warmest day of the week. As we get into Wednesday and Thursday, though, this ridge begins to flatten out a little bit. It's more zonal. The overall flow is more from the west to the east, pretty parallel here, as you can see. So that'll help make Wednesday through Friday near seasonal temperature-wise. That means low to mid-70s for most of us. A few of us may be a touch warmer than that overall. But as we get back towards Friday and the beginning of the weekend, this ridge kind of tries, maybe, possibly, probably, to begin to rebuild out across the far west, which may make Friday to the weekend just a little bit warmer than we should be Wednesday and Thursday. The next best chance for rain for right now appears to kind of be Thursday, beginning out towards the west. There are some suggestions which bring a lot of this rain through the heart of the state. The updates here today push most of the rain to the south, as you can kind of see here, but it's still kind of up for grabs to determine whether most, if not all of this rain stays to the south or gets a bit further north. If it does get a bit further north as well, maybe a few storms as well as we get into Thursday afternoon. Looking at Williston's next 5 days, tomorrow should get into those 80s, a high of 81. A little bit cooler there cooler for Wednesday in the beginning or the end of the week, I should say. 65 for Friday, 30 to 20% chance of those rain showers for now. Better odds exist though the further south you go. In Dickinson's next few, tomorrow's the warmest of the next 5, mid 80s for your forecast high. Thursday is a little bit chillier, a high of 64. Again, maybe some rain, perhaps some storms. We'll see about that, and getting a bit warmer as we get further along into the beginning of the weekends. And looking at Minot's next few days, kind of bouncing around between the 70s and the 80s over the next 7 days. Tomorrow is right at 80. Near 70 for Thursday and our Friday. 30% chance of rain for now. Should be a very nice Father's Day overall, a high of 80 and plenty of sun to go around. Overnight lows in those 50s there. And then Bismarck's next few days. Tomorrow a high of 83. Thursday is the chilliest day, a high of just 67. But the 80s are possibly back as we move further along into that weekend. Joel?
Kind of figured we might see it again. We're into June now. We're getting closer and closer to that first official day of summer.
Yeah. We're getting close now. I'd expect to see more days in the 70s and 80s than 60s by now. But again, a few days in the 60s isn't the worst thing ever at this point. Just need a little bit more rain. It's been kind of dry for the last couple of weeks, so let's see if we can get some.
Really won't complain if we get 1 or 2 sweatshirt days here and there.
Absolutely.
Kenny, thanks so much. Still to come on KX News at 5. It's some flair.